apart from a prosthetic toe.
Yes, I found the other. You know, I said last week I damaged my toe because I caught it. Look. You can buy little caps to go over your toe to protect them, and it looks like I've got a prosthetic toe.
Oh.
There you go. It's very important that I shared that with you, obviously.
We're very glad. Thank you.
Oh dear.
Right,
God,
he's joining us on a pillow, which is absolutely fine. That's fine, sweetie pie. Do you want the big pillow though? Okay? Go on this one. You do like this one better. Here you go. Yeah. That's it. Good boy. Here we go. There we are. Right. Yeah, he's gonna just be there, I think. Right. Apart from falling off of a ladder and covering yourself in paint, has anybody else got any injuries they'd like to share with me today?
No, I'm fine. Thank you.
Good. We're starting here.
Oh, good.
Oh, thank God.
I know, right? We start going down.
Oh dear. Oh.
So give your body a couple of moments to just kind of soften into the mat. As it does that, you might find you want to keep shifting around a little bit. So you might want to keep lengthening your neck or shuffling the pelvis around. And that's fine. Just as your muscles gradually soften, they might feel like they're all bunched up. But once you feel a little bit more comfortable, you can then bring your attention to your breath. And just starting to calm those inhales and exhales. In through the nose, out through the nose. And just starting to come into your practice. Starting to deepen the breaths now. And then we're going to take it into around 10 box breaths. So in your mind's eye, as you inhale, you're coming up one side of the box. You're then holding the breath inside your body. You come across the top of the box. Exhale, down the other side of the box, and then hold the breath outside of your body. Sometimes it helps to count in fours. So you're counting 4 on the inhale, 4 to hold the breath inside your body, 4 on the exhale, and 4 to hold the breath outside of your body. 10 rounds. to the end of your 10. And bend your knees up and place your feet flat on the floor, and then cover your eyes with a hand. And then you can open your eyes behind your hand. And when you feel like your eyes are accustomed to the light, you take the hand away. So we're going to stay exactly where you are. Just take the arms out to the side a little bit. And nice and gently, we're just going to start by dropping the knees in one direction, so both of the feet stay on the floor. And then coming back to center and dropping the legs in the other direction. So we can work with the easy breath. Inhale to center, exhale to drop the knees. Head turns in the opposite direction to the way the knees are traveling. We're going to do a couple more to each side, and then you're taking your feet wider, absolutely not doing what you might be doing. So what you're going to do from a wider position is try and drop one knee down towards the floor in the middle. And then come back up. And then drop the knee down to the floor in the middle. And come back up. So it becomes a hip in front of thighs stretch. So you can try and open through the hip and open through the thigh as you drop the knee down into that center point. So it's only one knee that's going, the other one just slightly gets out of the way. So you're pushing one knee down to the floor. And then we're going to tuck the ankles in. So you're taking a hold of your ankles. You might want to try and point the feet out to the side because we're going to drop both knees in at the same time and hold.
Oh, God.
So hold the ankles, drop the knees in towards the floor. So the feet are out.
Let's see, Mary Claire.
My feet are here.
Yep.
My knees have gone in towards each other.
How did you get them out there?
Well, they'll go wherever they're going to go, but they might not go to the floor.
You started with the knees like that?
So started with them there. I've got a hold of my ankles,
Oh, okay.
and then just drop them towards each other.
Oh, God, yeah, okay. Okay.
Oh. How the hell can you get them down there?
Bring your legs back up, and you're going to bring your knees into your chest, put your knees together. And rock from side to side on your lower back. And then we're going to take the arms out to the side once again so you can go into the belly twist, which is much more conventional. Drop in one direction, the head turns the other way, and just soften, relax down. So try and get the knees down and the top knee down on the bottom knee. Shoulder blades both on the ground.
Yeah, like that's happening.
Tuck the knees into your chest first, okay?
Oh, God.
And then go over. There you go. That's better.
Oh.
So once side one is eased off, you can go to side two.
Oh, God. Aurora, get off me, you little bastard.
Yeah, it's a hazard, dogs, isn't it?
Oh. I'm not supposed to be up here. Oh.
So when we come back to the centre, you're coming back in, just give your knees a bit of a hug. Then we're putting the arms down, but leave the legs where they are. So the arms going down, palms facing flat to the floor. So we're going into waterfall, but we're sort of going to rev it up. So from here, on an exhale, you can send the legs up, push your heels to the ceiling, and then we're coming back down to that bent knee position. So in the exhaling, you're going up, push the heels towards the ceiling, big stretch on the backs of the legs, and then soften them back down. Yeah? So up and heels, fold the knees back into your chair. Two more. My knees are making horrible noises. After you've done your last one, the feet are coming back down to the floor and they're going hip socket distance apart. And now we're going to roll into the shoulder bridge. So it's a tilt of the pelvis, a squeeze of the bottom, peeling the spine away from the mat, one bone at a time. And as you're coming down, feeling that lengthening of the neck, moving through the lower back, we're going to do 6 rolling. And then when you get to the 6 breaths holding, you as always have that option to put the arms underneath the body and hold. Whether you're doing that or not, we are going to make the shift over to Ujjayi at that point.
I've just got to get rid of this dog. Hang on.
Really helping there. 6 breaths holding in bridge.
Oh.
And after that, you'll roll back down, with your knees into your chest. So you can start a little rocking and rolling action then to bring yourself to sitting. So, I mean, I say coming up to sitting, but we are going to go into side lying, which is where I am. But what we're doing is different. So, you know Apanasana?
Yeah.
Apanasana, where you put your hands on your knees and you circle them around like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes? So, we are effectively doing that sort of thing, but side lying. So you've got your hand on your knee, and you're going to use the hands to almost circle the thigh bone in the hip joint. So as much range as you can get, treating the head of the femur like it's the pestle and mortar. Yes?
Yeah.
6 circles in each direction, and it is the biggest circle you can create. So particularly on this side, Emma, you want to really try and get into the corners of your hip where you don't normally get to. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Just put your hand on your knee.
Yeah, so the hand's sort of guiding it round. It takes some of the kind of muscular intensity out of it, so that it becomes more of a freedom creating exercise rather than a butt workout.
Oh.
If you take the hand off, then it's just it's all butts. which is fine. But actually it can inhibit movement. The muscles start to get tight around the back. So
Oh.
do 6 circles in each direction and then change sides to do the same with your third. And then come up to 16. See, I think that's brilliant, Emma. I think you should do these every day.
I can hear everything creaking and clapping. It's very unsettling.
I click and crack and crunch all over the place. In fact, when I went to see an orthopedic consultant about my foot last Thursday, every time he kept picking up my foot, my knee cracked, and he said, "You've got a crunchy knee." And I was like, another time. Another time, another appointment. Let's just deal with the foot right now. Oh. Oh, look, Esther, you bathed in sunlight. Sun only shines on the righteous.
I definitely wish.
So once you've done your 6 circles each day action, we are coming up into Vata, but we're going to be doing something else with it as well. So we're coming up to sitting, holding the little toes out. So we've already done quite a bit of release in the hips, and I'm hoping that you'll feel that a little bit as we come in now. So draw yourself up tall, shoulders drawing down away from the ears, knees outwards towards the floor. Tap into your ujjayi, and then we're just going to add in a little bit of head roll to stretch the lateral muscles of the neck. So you're just taking the head down in front and off to the side. No need to take the head backwards. If you find a particularly edgy bit, you might want to stay in it and breathe. Try and create a sense of release through that area. And we're going to bring the head back up to the center. Move the feet away from your pelvis just enough. And then as you're exhaling, forward fold. So let the weight of your head hang. And now you're trying to breathe into the space in the back of your ribs between your shoulder blades, also the lower back. So use the inhale to create stretch. And use the exhale to create range of the joints. Rolling up to sitting when you're ready on an inhale. You can then let your breathing relax into a comfortable rhythm. We're going to straighten one leg out. We're going straight in, the foot on top of thigh, because we have done a little bit of hip opening already. We're not doing much more than this today. We just, it's another visit, if you like, to just encourage that hip to let go of its hold on you, Emma. So just gently releasing, sending the knee towards the floor, work with the breath. There is no need to have a battle with yourself. It will go where it wants to go, when it wants to go there. We can just encourage it by softening the muscles and trying to be relaxed in our approach. And accepting when it won't go. all we're doing here. So when you're ready to change sides, you can just go ahead. How did that feel, Emma?
Very sore.
Where?
On the thigh.
Yeah. Were you able to manage it though? Was it okay? Yeah, good. It looked like it was going out a little bit further than usual. I might possibly have been thinking about you.
Yours is going further than mine, Emma.
Oh, it's her other one.
Yeah, this one.
That one goes miles. Do the other one again. Do the thing, do the thing.
This one I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, neither can I.
No, and it's not a problem. It's just the disparity that's questionable. Because she's got one that goes all the way out and the other one that sort of doesn't. You kind of want them to match a bit, don't you? I mean, it absolutely doesn't matter at all. But, you know, it's something to work towards, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, carefully bring your legs back in. We're going to bring the knees and feet together from here. Just rocking the pelvis underneath you. So you come into a position where your abdominals are working. Lift through the chest. We're going to come up into a bent knee, easy boat to start with. And then what we're going to do with it is exactly what we did with waterfall right at the beginning. So from here we're inhaling. As you're exhaling, you're going to push your legs to straight, push your heels away.
Oh, Jesus.
And then you're going back in to bend your knees. Yeah. So heels get pushed away. Bend your knees back in. Let's just have 4 more. Anyone's knees making as much noise as mine? After you've done your last one, you just rock yourself back up to sitting. We're going to straighten, well, it's the same sort of idea. We're going to straighten one of the legs out again. But this time we're taking the foot across to the outside of the straight leg for a twist. So depending on how flexible you're feeling, you can either bring the opposite elbow across so that you're using the elbow, or you can just stay with your hands. That's it. So coming around into the twist, nice tall spine. Turn your head to look over the back shoulder. Draw that shoulder back and in towards the other shoulder blade. So you're opening across the collarbones as you twist. 4 Ujjayi breath rounds and then change sides. The old man's clearly had enough of the little girl today because he's just come in here and gone to sleep. After twisting on side 2, you can choose whichever method feels most appropriate to you to come into all fours. Now at this point you want to really kind of power up your Ujjayi. We've got some interesting bits and pieces coming up, not immediately, but it's a good idea to tap into that breath now so it's smooth and can support some of the more complicated postures. So, nice powerful breath. And then taking it into cat-cow whenever you're ready. We take 2 more cat cows and then settle back into pose of a child for a couple of breaths. After which, roll yourself up to sitting. I'm going to show you how I've messed with something we do all the time. Okay, that's enough relaxing, you two. Time for that. So, something that we do all the time is the sit back, slide your hands forward, slide to cobra, and then we just keep it going. Yeah, we do this quite a lot. Happy with that?
Yeah.
Good. So, what we're going to do instead is you're still going to do the sliding through. But as you sit back, you're going to sit across to one side. So you end up doing a bit of a stretch for the underside of the arm on one side. And then you'll slide through from there and sit back to the other side. Yes? Slide. One side, slide, other side. Yeah? You with me?
Yeah.
Yeah? So it's still inhale to slide through to cobra and exhale to draw back and away. And it's going to feel clunky because it's different. But as you get going, it will start to feel a little bit more fluid. Okay. Nice cobra, Emma.
My elbow said otherwise.
Well, it was beautiful. I've got an elbow issue at the moment as well, so I completely sympathise. I was actually thinking about chopping it off on Sunday morning.
Oh.
Bit extreme, possibly, but... So that sitting back to one side should give you almost a bit of a puppy pose type stretch. Yeah? Sort of through here, side of the ribs, armpit.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. That's what I was going for. So we'll take it into a couple more. Finishing on the opposite side to where you started. If you can remember, if you can't, really don't worry about it. And we're going to go back into pose of a child, but with the knees together and the hands by your feet. So letting the shoulders just roll forward. Roll yourself up to sitting on an inhale, and then we're going to roll to a toe balance. So you're going to tuck your toes under, which I can do with my fancy little gel cap on my toe. You're going to come to a toe balance. So it's like you still want this sense of the heels dropping towards the floor. So it's like you're getting a bit of a stretch through the back of the ankle. But then you're coming up into as straight a spine as you can comfortably hold. Once you're happy with your balance, we're going to bring the hands to Anjali Mudra, shoulders down, spine long. Pick a point in front of you, concentrate on it and settle into your breath. We're being very careful with the transition. We're going to go into the rotations. So click the elbow onto the outside of the thigh. One elbow down, one elbow up. Turn your head to look at the back elbow. 4 breaths on side 1 and 4 breaths on side 2. side to side change that normally causes some issues. When you come back to the centre, keep your hands in prayer. Or fall over, that's also fine. Because what we're going to do on an inhale is go straight up to chair, but your hands are staying put. So now you have got your heels on the ground. Your spine wants to be positioned so it feels like your tailbone is pointing towards where the floor meets the skirting board, and the crown of your head is kind of stretching 45 degrees away, so where the wall meets the ceiling. If you feel a little bit lower back here, you can tuck the bottom underneath you. And from here, we're going into those rotations again. So when you're ready, you can clip your elbow to the outside, turn your head to look at the rear elbow. 4 breaths and 4 breaths on the other side as well. This time when you come back to the center, just drop into Uttanasana. And then drop your arms towards the floor, soften your knees, sweep the arms forward, inhaling, come up, lift the chest, and then exhale, come down the center line. Pause here for 2 breaths. And then relax your arms down and come and have a look. So, this is today's fun bit. Ready? So when we go back into, can everyone see all right? Because obviously I can only see your legs. Can you see me fine?
Yep.
Yes. Okay, cool. So in a moment, I'll direct you to come back into Uttanasana, and then we'll walk out to downward dog. We'll do our usual calf stretching in downward dog, because you wouldn't want the day to go by where we missed that, would you? So we're then going to go up into 3-legged dog and bend the knee, right? From here, we're going to bring the leg through to the other side of the mat. You'll reach it underneath you and then go back up and bend. So the knee comes through, taps across you, goes back up and bend. I'll do it on the other side just to get clear. 3-legged dog, bend, tap across you, back up and bend. Yes?
Yep.
We're going to do this 4 times on each side, but we've got a bit of time to get down there. So standing at the back of your mat, bring your hands into prayer. We'll use your usual flow to come to Uttanasana, and from there we'll walk out to downward dog. So on an inhale, send the arms up, lift the chest. As you exhale, we're going to fold down the center line, drop the arms, drop the head into Uttanasana. Now from here, on an inhale, start walking your hands out. And as you exhale, settle into downward dog, and we'll come into pedaling those feet, calf stretching. Good, so really kind of settle in. Make sure that your hands are really planted, the spine feels nice and long, the head is heavy because you're going to be here for a little while. Because on your next inhale, you're going to stretch your right leg up to 3-legged dog. And then on the exhale, bend the knee to open the hip. And now inhale and hold. Exhale to bring the knee across and underneath you and tap it to the other side of your mat. That's it. That's on an exhale. And go back up on an inhale, all the way through to the hip opener. That's it. Exhale to bring it through and tap. That's it. Inhale to go back up and bend. That's it. 4 on each side. You go at your own pace. Really plant the hands. Use the thumb, the base of the index finger, and use the breath. More powerful and more concentrated you are with the breath, the less you'll notice that I'm asking you to contort yourself.
How many on each side?
4. Once you have done a 4 on each side, I strongly suggest a pose of the child.
Oh.
When you feel like you've recovered sufficiently, roll yourself up to sitting.
Oh.
Now, you might have thought that was awful.
Yes.
However, we're going to do a similar thing from a plank. Okay? The knee comes in underneath you, and you're going to stretch the leg across to you and back. But for this one, we're doing changing sides rather than staying on the same side. Knee comes in, stretches across to you, knee comes in. Okay? Once you've done your 4 on each side, hang fire. Once you've done your 4 on each side, knee comes in, leg comes across to you, and we're going to turn for 4 breaths in this rather spectacular pose. Yes? And then we'll go through to the other side, knee and slide. Yeah. Busby's just voted with his feet, as you can see. Well, I'm going to leave for this one. So, you have a moment. I shall let him out. That one, Buzz? No? Come on. Good boy. That's it. Right. So, when you're ready, if you come to all 4s, and then when you're ready, come into your plank. Breath. Yes. So the knee will come in underneath you, inhale. Stretches across to the other side, exhale. Straighten it as well. That's it. And then change sides immediately. That's it. And stretch it. Straighten it, go. Straighten that leg.
Like that.
Oh, beautiful. There you go. That's it. Yeah. 4 on each side. And then you'll do that rotation into the side plank variation. Beautiful. 4 breaths, SJ, and then same on the other side. Obviously not just SJ, that's all of you.
I thought we were all let off. She was doing that. Oh. I don't know how to do 4 breaths.
Oh, God.
I think I need to do some arm strength training.
You are currently.
Oh, lovely.
You can have a pose of a child. Chill out for a moment. yourself up when you're ready. I'll tell you where we're going, because otherwise again you're going to have your head upside down and you won't know. We're going to go back up into downward dog, and then you'll step through to a lunge, but the lunge is going to immediately come into pyramid. Yeah? So we'll straighten that front leg, the back leg's straight, and you're working into that hamstring. Okay? The bit we're going to add on to this is from here, we're going to rock by bending the back knee and lifting up the toes at the front, and then coming back into pyramid. So we do something similar with that, but lower. So this is just a higher version. And it'll be absolutely fine.
I think it's probably harder as well. Come on then.
Potato, potato. So come into all fours to connect with your breath. Then on an inhale, chest forward, tuck the toes, exhale to downward dog, 2 breaths. Then on an inhale, take the right foot through to the top of the mat. And then as you exhale, we're going to straighten both of the legs. Back one and front one, drop your head in the direction of your front knee. Big stretch on the hamstring, try and square your hips off to the end of the mat. If you want to have a little rock around in it or lift and lower the toes, it's all good. Now, to make this effective, we aren't trying to keep the head down, but in terms of balance, you might need to lift the head up. So, on an exhale, you're going to drop backwards into the back leg, lift up the toes of the front, and theoretically keep your head lowered. If you want to lift it up, that's okay. Okay? And then you're coming forwards again. Both legs are straight, heel on the ground at the back. Exhale to rock back. Inhale, come back up. Yeah, your hands are your friends. Good, yeah. This is definitely one of those ones where if you don't use it, you lose it. And I'm talking about knee flexion.
Yeah. I think that's true of everything, to be honest.
Well, yes. Yeah, it is. So 4 is fine, and then you can take it back to downward dog, which we're now using as a resting pose for a couple of breaths before you go ahead and do that on the other side. So we'll be taking the left foot through on an inhale. Straight into pyramid and holding steady in pyramid. That's it. A few breaths here. That's my dogs, don't know if you can hear them. Ready?
Yeah.
Rocking. After your next one, go back to downward dog and then fold yourself down into pose of a child whenever you need to. you ready? You're going to roll yourself up to sitting. From here, if you just come to kneeling and take a step forwards, then I'm going to do a very fancy kind of shimmy to the side that takes us immediately into a side lunge. So we're trying to get the heel on the ground. The other heel digging into the ground with the toes up again might actually help you. That's it. Dig the heel down, the toes are facing the ceiling. That's it. So you're trying to get the hips as low as you can and the chest up, a little bit like when we do a toe balance. Yeah? And then we're going to walk to the other end and change sides of the mat. So you can just keep drifting from side to side. Finish on the opposite side to where you started, and then step back to come to kneeling. Before we go ahead and do what I've got planned, I need to make sure I can still do it. Cool. That's what we're doing. So we're doing flying split practice. Right? Yes. So essentially, it's not far off the kind of thing we do for crow, where you bring the leg up onto the upper arm. It's just that eventually the difference is in crow you've got both of the arms doing the same thing. In flying split, one has to sort of drop underneath you, and that's the bit we're going to practice. So in a moment we'll come into a plank and you'll drop onto the forearm on the other side. Okay, then you're going to bring the leg up to touch your arm and just start leaning forward, so you put your weight on it, and then come back and change sides. Drop, drop, knee, start leaning forwards, come back. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. You ready? You said you wanted an arm workout, Emma. This is very baseline. We're not going to get into split from here. Yeah, but it just starts creating the strength in the right areas, if that makes sense. Yeah? So, plank to start with. Okay, then drop onto one elbow. So drop the elbow to the floor, that's it. Now with the other side leg, bring it through and sort of clip it onto the upper arm, and now just keep leaning forwards. So you don't want to put that leg on your arm, Gabe.
I might want to. I can or not. Like, which part of my upper arm?
You have to put it on your arm.
Of course.
Like that.
Hold on.
Okay.
Emma obviously can do it.
Side arm, same side arm, not the opposite. Yeah, that's it, SJ.
How long do I stay here for?
You put it back again after that and change sides.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Nearly there.
That's it. Tap it. Same arm, Gay, not the opposite.
The same arm.
Same side. Opposite. That would be really hard.
Right, hold on. Don't give up, Gay. Honestly, it's not impossible. Yeah, okay, I touched it.
Right, that's quite enough of that. Jesus.
Get to is here.
I'm gonna let me put my glasses on because I can't really see what you're doing. It's not the best thing excuse.
Camera.
Dear.
It's hard. I'd give it a miss.
I just did. She's mad. Oh, we are. Show me again. God.
So
Do
then
you-
the leg quite out of the room in here. So you see I'm sort of balancing.
Yeah. Very good. Well done.
We're not there yet. We're just starting.
Okay.
But, anyway, let's
No.
go back to kneeling. Give your hands a bit of a circle. Let your breathing settle. And then just place the hands down on top of the thighs, shoulders nice and relaxed, neck long. Coming back to easy breaths. And then when you're ready, you can make the transition back to Shavasana.
Very kind.
Thank God.
So coming back to where we started. Except this time perhaps with a slightly different feeling. You might notice that your body naturally just relaxes into the mat a little bit more heavily. You might notice that certain parts of your body are more connected, more grounded. So you're particularly looking at areas like the shoulder blades, the rib cage, the back of the pelvis, and the way that your arms and legs feel. And with the breath, you can start to allow yourself to sink into the mat a little more. Every time you exhale, the exhale takes with it any areas of tension you might still be holding. The inhale almost goes and grabs it. The exhale eliminates. And so with every breath, you find yourself letting go, softening, a little more. And to allow the breath to do its work. You're going to take it back to that box breathing. Inhaling the floor, holding the breath inside the body, exhaling, and then holding the breath outside the body. But as you relax, you might find that you no longer breathe in four and breathe out four. You might breathe in 5 and breathe out 7. Whatever your breath wants to do, stay with it. And let it allow your body to relax. instead of focusing on the breathing, start to pay attention to your surroundings. You might notice the ticking of the clock, the noise of cars outside, like people in your home. Now those sounds bring you back to life, back to your body. That awareness, bringing to fingers and toes. Moving your fingers and toes straight away. And then drawing these into your chest. And that rock from side to side. And take your time to think about coming back to sitting. I think that's it. Let's check.
Huh? What have I got to do?
You don't have to do anything.
Oh, I thought I had to do something.
I don't know why you don't have to do anything, but I pressed a button that said ask to unmute and it unmuted you, but only 2 of you. It didn't unmute Emma. Anyway,
Picking favourites, I'll say.
wonderful.
Namaste.
So,
Oh.
No idea what just happened.
Oh, thank you. Well done.
I'll see you next week.
Have a good one, ladies. Bye.
Bye.
Good week. Bye bye.